Thank you. And welcome to marketing your company and yourself mainly the right way with LinkedIn. There's so many people, even speaking to a few of you beforehand, have this perception that LinkedIn is corporate bollocks. And the only reason that you would use it is to find a job. And that's not true. I'm the founder and director of FB Comms, a content marketing agency in Leeds City Centre, and we create content that converts for clients. And everything that I'm about to talk to you about tonight is stuff that's really worked for me and my business, and it's got me opportunities. I've been flown to LA at the end of last year to meet a client. I've been paid to go to Milan and Barcelona and Italy to speak, and every single time I put a job ad out, so I put one out last week, within 4 days we had over 100 applicants, and by the end of the week that was over 200, including direct people coming into my inbox and through the website. It really, really pays off, not just as a business owner, but as an employee, as a team leader, to be working on your LinkedIn. And I've got 3 goals for today. I want you to be enthusiastic and feel confident with your LinkedIn posts. That's kind of the key thing that people struggle with. They're like, I don't want to put myself out there. Even marketers and marketing agencies, they love talking about the clients, but they can't talk about themselves. And I'm going to let you in on all the secrets of the algorithm. And I want you to leave excited to start creating your LinkedIn content and getting the kind of killer results that we've been seeing online. And it's not just for salespeople. LinkedIn absolutely is not just for salespeople. It's for anyone who wants to create leads or opportunities. So by leads, I mean potentially paying customers and clients, or opportunities that could lead to that. So whether that's a podcast, a speaker invite, or even just, being asked to go to a conference or a meeting or an event, that kind of thing. So you want to create opportunities that are all inbound as well, because when people go to you, when they've seen your content, your profile, they already know who the hell you are, what the hell you do, and that they want it. When you're cold outreaching to people, you then have to convince that person that there is a requirement or a need when there might not be. So we want everything to come into you. It's just so much easier. And inbound, I've had 2 leads just today, and I usually get about 4 or 5 a week just through LinkedIn, or referrals. So people that aren't even following me on LinkedIn, but someone sees me and then refers me on. And if you're thinking, why the hell should I bother with LinkedIn over any other platform to start marketing myself and my business? It's so much more effective than loads of the other platforms. Nearly all recruiters are using it. 80% of people on LinkedIn make key decisions. And I'm going to be talking a lot about personal profiles over business profiles, because if a lead comes through your personal profile, it's 7 times more likely to convert. So I did a little test, right? I've got 3,000 followers on my company page, posted about an award we won, and it freaking flopped. Like, that sucks. That. Yeah, it did shit. And then I reposted the same thing on my personal page, but instead of a screenshot of the award, it's me holding the presentation that says again, Mom, I did it. Blew up. I got a podcast invite, 3 leads off the back of that, and I had, I think, 5 people ask for a job because they like the look of the company. That's why I should use personal page. Because people don't care about hiding behind logos. People want to work with you, especially if you're in services. You are the product and you need to market yourself. And it's a marketing presentation, so it's a marketing funnel. And this is how I make my money. So I go to events like this, make loads of offline connections. I add them all on LinkedIn. And because my content is so omnipresent, it reminds people who I am, what I do. They see my case studies, they see all my stats, they book a meeting, even maybe a few weeks down the line, and then they sign the contract. That's how it works for me. But that's not how it's going to work for everyone in the room. So Laura, our social media manager, this is how her funnel works. So same kind of way, but she's on LinkedIn to learn about trends. She's on there to meet people, to get opportunities, speaker invitations, find out about conferences, any training courses, that kind of thing. So if you're a team leader, you might be on there looking for opportunities for your team. Are there any conferences that they could go to? Are there events and are there training courses or anything that I could grow them? Or if you're in HR, say you want to be promoting your team and talking about the culture and why people should join you if you're hiring, or if you're a candidate, why you're so much better than everybody else out there. There are so many more goals than just making sales and getting clients on LinkedIn. And the reasons that people don't put themselves out there already, that I hear from clients all the time when we first start: I'm embarrassed, ashamed. But for me, it is more embarrassing to not be able to pay my bills, to have to let go of the team, to have my sofa repossessed, than to put some cringy LinkedIn posts out there. It's kind of a no-brainer for me. It's more embarrassing for one of my team to get looked over for a promotion because someone else is really active on there. They're bringing leads in, they're putting themselves out there, they're learning about the algorithm, and they're creating more value for the business. There's things that are a lot more embarrassing than life and pressing post. They think, oh, what will this specific person think? Block them. We actually had one client whose ex-girlfriend started stalking him on LinkedIn and actually messaged him and said, oh, it looks like you're doing really, really well. And then he came back and said, how many posts a day can we do? People say they're a very private person. You don't have to spill your guts. You can still be vulnerable on LinkedIn and talk about overcoming adversity without being the crying CEO if anyone saw him. You don't need to share everything about your life, and you probably shouldn't on LinkedIn, but you can still talk about your own experience, or this is how I grew this account from 5k followers to 25k followers in 5 months. This is the process. That's still personal stuff, but not your personal life. And the only people who don't like LinkedIn are the people who don't know how to use it and aren't making money from it. Because we are all born confident. There is nothing more confident in this world than an 8-year-old boy in a Spider-Man costume in Tesco Express. That just kind of degrades over time. We need to get that energy back somehow. And the only thing that will happen if you do nothing is nothing. And that's a problem for me because I want to grow my business. I want to grow my team. I want to hire people. I want to attract people into the business. I want people to think social media marketing. I want them to think of me. I want to make stuff happen, which is why that can't happen. So I'll crack on with the 4 steps to marketing yourself online. And the first one, you need to get really, really clear with your brand. And these are the 3 questions that you need to ask yourself before you start that will define your entire LinkedIn strategy, your headline. Who are you? What do you do? And what do you want to be known for? So if you think about some of my favorite examples, everyone knows who this man is. He brings the rainforests and the oceans into our living rooms and protects the planet with awareness. And everyone knows who this is as well. A trendsetter who sells products so that people can think that they're going to live like Kim Kardashian. Think of the really clear personal brands and you know exactly what they stand for, and those associations are really, really clear. That's what you want to be creating in, I suppose, microdoses online. And you want to build that visually. So all my stuff matches, right? So all our team's headshots. So the pink, this is, you know, our thing when we go to events. All our Instagram feed matches, the website, everything. You don't need to completely brand it up as if it was your company, but if you're running an entire team, it pays to have some kind of continuity so people recognize, it's their business without branding it completely up. See, even that, it's not some big branded post. I've still slapped my face on the front because I want people to recognize me and build that association. And think about your offline personal brand as well if people are going to events and seeing you. So that's the Green Lady of Brooklyn. She's got a very defined personal brand. And also this guy, you would recognize him from the bottom of Briggett if you were stood by Wendy's because he's so visual. Is there anything about you that you could accentuate? So I always wear pink. I make my hair curlier and bigger than it ever was when I first started from LinkedIn. You've got tattoos, funky glasses, a certain style, a certain color association. Do you always wear, I don't know, giant purple boots? Is there something about yourself that you can enhance and make that your personal brand? And your profile is the key part of your personal brand that people are going to see on LinkedIn. So first thing people are going to see and recognize is your picture. Make sure it's actually up to date. The amount of candidates that I've interviewed in the last week and I'm like, wow, that's not you. because they come in and just, it doesn't matter that if they're playing catfish online, but I don't know who the hell they are when I'm going to greet them, or clients turn up for a meeting and I'm looking for the wrong person. And if you want to go to events and get recognised and have more conversations starting, you want it to look like you. So have a clear background or put a colour behind it. You can do that easily, 5 seconds in Canva, remove background, and make sure that you're not wearing a 3-piece suit if clients that wear 3-piece suits aren't your audience. It doesn't need to be formal. It doesn't also need to be from really far away. You want people to actually be able to see your face. Don't have other people in it. Probably don't have a pint in it unless, you know, you're a beer organisation. Absolutely fine, go for it. Your cover image is also very important. If you're an employee or if you're an employer, that space, it is, you know, your own thing. You don't need to brand it up as your company. If you've got some kind of design hobby or volunteering or charity that you're working with, you can brand it up like that. But the way we want to treat our LinkedIn pages is like a website landing page. You want someone to land on it and get it within 30 seconds. So I've got very clearly what we do, and then there's a button right under there that says book an appointment, and you can put your email under there. I've got my contact information in there, so it's really clear what we do and how to get that value from us. Your headline is what's going to get you rejected, accepted, searched for. It's going to get you those messages. It's one of the most important things alongside your profile picture. So don't just put your title, your job title. So social media manager for sustainable businesses. You want to say, I'm empowering and growing sustainable businesses through the power of social media. You know, I'm not PPC consultant, PPC specialist that's getting 10 plus ROAS on Google Ads, and make sure that you put in all the things that you want to be found for. So in the feed, my profile cuts off about there. So I want people to find me for keynote speaker, digital agency owner, startup. I want that in there, even though it's not going to directly be in the feed. So think about what you actually do. That's the value element, rather than just what your job title is. And your about. Make sure that it is not written in third person, looks like somebody's VA or ChatGPT wrote it for you. Add some personality in there, get some social proof in, what kind of clients you work with, have you done anything commendable, talk about your results, and also what the heck people should do with that information. I've got a book a one-to-one, and you can click, well, you can't click on the link, someone can copy and paste it, but tell people what action they could take and how to work with you if there are a few capacities for that. And underneath your profile, you want some kind of action there. It could be visit my blog, visit the website, book an appointment, which is mine, just something that some people have to make it as easy as humanly possible. You want to, in marketing, I've got a rule, market for your stupidest and your laziest customers. Have everything on the plate for them, because people can't be asked to go and find out what they need to do. And you want to build your network. Obviously, I'm going to talk about the After Work Club, but you want to get out there and actually meet people in person. The After Work Club's a perfect place to do that. You can also look at conferences, local events, industry-specific events, but don't just go to them. Actually make connections. Add everyone on LinkedIn. My business card has a giant QR code, and it just goes straight to my LinkedIn page. And that's all I want. And half the time I don't even give the business card to people. I just get them to take a picture of it and add me on LinkedIn. So make sure that you're actually getting connections and adding everyone in this room on LinkedIn afterwards. And ask for opportunities. My first bunch of speaking gigs, I literally just asked, or I stayed behind and I said, can I do the next one? They're like, yeah, sure, why not? And a lot of them are pitched to speak as well, like Brighton SEO and the International Social Summit. You pitch online and share them, talk about it online. If you're going to conferences and events, start actually sharing it, and then people know you've gone, and share key takeaways and things like that. And building your audience on LinkedIn, I did that in about 2.5 years. It's hit 31K today, actually. Yay me. But it's been very, very purposeful, and I could grow it, and I've grown clients' accounts much faster than that, but that's very purposeful of people that are actually my target audience. So say I want to work with Airbnb, right? Search for Airbnb, go on the company profile, and I'm going to add every single person in sales and marketing the key contact that I want is the marketing director, right? But we've got no connections in common, so I'm going to add a few around her. And then I'm going to go find that person. We've got a few mutual connections, so they're more likely to accept me. And I'll send a message, but only to the key decision maker, because I'm not sitting and writing out a full message. And I'd actually, sometimes people's messages give me the ick a bit. So I would rather, I'm more likely to reject a terrible message than no message at all. So it's fine to just not send a message, but show that there's some kind of mutual value in them actually connecting with you. And don't use it to pitch to people. Don't instantly use that box to start pitching to people. And don't, as soon as someone connects with you, start smacking them in the face with your pitch. Don't do that. I never do cold outreach on LinkedIn. I have lead magnets. I have like content plans and guides on how you can get downloads and things like that. And I share those with people online, and that's my indirect outreach. You know, the law of reciprocation, give something to get something back. And underneath, so that's someone's like cover photo, there's a little bell there. So if there's someone that you really want to engage with, you can tap that and see when they're posting. Get 100 connections a week, max them out, but check the profile's active, or else you're just going to waste them and end up with a load of dead profiles connected with you that are never even going to see your content. And then you want to get your shit seen. You want to create some content. You want to put yourself out there. And this is the order that the algorithm works. It's the same across any social media platform. If loads of people are saving your content, the algorithm goes, wow, this is really valuable. We're going to push it out to more and more people. If you're sharing it, and obviously more people want to see it, so it shares it to more and more feeds outside your immediate network. Then a comment, then a like. Likes are nice, but saves a king. And you want to create content that actually converts. So before you start, pick 3 to 4 content pillars. Those are the things that you want to be known for. So these are mine. I change them maybe every 3 months because I get bored, or something changes. Sales and conversions I talk about because my customers do not care about Instagram posts. They care about sales and conversions. So I speak their language. You don't buy the flame of a candle, you buy the smell and life-changing whatever that it says on the packet. And only 20% of the time do I actually talk about my business. The other 80%, I'm sharing value, I'm sharing tips, I'm sharing not how to, because anyone can do that off Wikipedia. I share how we, demonstrable results that position me as the industry expert. And there's a load of types of posts you can do. Videos and PDFs, although they get lower engagement, are actually what leads always come in and mention to me that they watched and that's what got them following me, or that's what convinced them to work with me. Polls, kind of annoying, but it's an easy way to get engagement. Photos are great. Slap photos with your face on it everywhere. Even if I've got results, take a screenshot and I put it in the corner of a photo, and it just does so much better than the screenshot by itself. And if you don't know what the hell to post, I've got a QR code that will take you to my free guide of 50 LinkedIn post ideas that took me a blooming long while to compile. But key, easy content ideas. Introduce yourself. When have you ever sat and told everyone what you do and who you do it for? Share results, share testimonials, share what you're up to. Say, what is a day in the life for you like? And then people actually know the kind of tasks that you could complete for them. You've already got it. But this is the perfect formula. If you're absolutely stuck for what to post, X for Y. 5 ways that Instagram can change your life tomorrow. 3 courses that I did that really gave me a leg up in the industry. 4 ways to create content in 2024. I don't know, 3 things that I wish my boss had told me at the start of my career. Just use that formula. It's so much easier. And good to knows on LinkedIn generally. Don't post links in the posts. It does worse. LinkedIn wants people to stay on the platform, post them in the comments. Don't reshare stuff, even if it's off your company page and your boss has told it to you to. It's better to copy and paste it and create your own post and tweak it slightly, because LinkedIn rewards original organic content. It wants people to be creating on there as well. You can also have a featured bar of pinned posts or lead magnets on your profile on LinkedIn. I'll think of some more later, you can ask me. But the ultimate thing is it doesn't want bots on there or bot behavior or automation, because it wants people that are actually active on there. So don't post and ghost. You want to be engaging, which is just as important as posting itself. You can literally build a LinkedIn audience from spending 15 minutes a day commenting on big creators' posts. And from this was a really stupid comment on my friend's post about having sweaty hands, right? So she actually ended up giving me a referral to my biggest client ever. And after this, I actually sent her a message, says we must meet in person. So I sent her a message like, yeah, we must. And we worked together for a year and a half. And going viral on LinkedIn, because that's what everyone cares about, but there is a formula to it. So this is the same on all social media platforms. Anything that goes viral incites an emotion, and one that people want to share. Does it piss people off? Does it make people want to share their own opinion? Does it make them laugh? Is it nostalgic? Is someone going to tag it in and be like, oh my God, this is so you? That kind of thing. And one good example of that is Laura did a post a while ago. Professionalism was trending as a topic. Everyone can relate to it, of wearing slightly more dressed down clothes to take your dog on a walk than you would in the office. So everyone had an opinion, and it blew up, and she screamed. She went from about 2,000 followers to 7,000 in a couple of days. LinkedIn themselves commented on it, and that just really blew up her profile. It only kind of takes one post, but you need a mixture of the generic stuff that's going to appeal to lots of people and get you reach, but also the specific stuff that shows you as a knowledge expert. Consistency, block out the time, protect it like a client meeting. I don't have the time to be posting on LinkedIn every single day, so I bulk it up. I have an hour in my calendar every single Friday, and I schedule it ahead. So all my posts this week, I can't remember what's going out in the morning, but we will all see, especially if I'm giving myself, I'm going, that's a bit cringy or whatever. It's scheduled, it's a later problem, and I don't have time to go, oh, I don't want to post that. It's a bit gloaty or whatever, because it's already going out. So the key takeaways: everyone can benefit from a personal brand. Make sure you're using offline opportunities properly. Brush your profile up. Build your audience, but consciously and properly. Create content that's actually going to convert and engage like hell. That's a wrap.
Thank you, Fiona. I guess first of all, does anyone have any questions for Fiona that you'd like to ask?
I have a question. Great talk, by the way. For the scheduling, do you just use the LinkedIn scheduling part? Do you use any other tool?
Yeah, the more tools that you connect to LinkedIn, the more automation. So I've actually had clients who've got it connected to like Sprout Social or Hootsuite or whatever, have had their accounts restricted for 24 hours. And then when they get it back, their reach is just knocked down. So the less automation you can do, the better. So a lot of the client content that we have, we manually post it rather than scheduling it ahead. So we can like reply to a few of their messages, like add some comments and engage around it so it looks a lot more human and does better.
Interesting. Thank you.
How often would you say that it's frequent to post?
It depends where you're starting from. So 3 times a week is kind of the minimum that we'd suggest if you do really want to get results and grow. I post every single weekday. We've got clients that post every single day. Twice a day, you're just splitting your reach really between your posts. So it's not going to get you double the reach. We've tried and tested it. Once a day for me is the ideal to kind of grow at the rate that I want to.
If we were to kind of go away now and take all this advice on board and schedule 3 posts for next week, how would you propose that we sit down for that hour that we set aside and start to think about the content that we're going to create? How do you kind of generate that content?
Once you know who you are, what you offer, and what your audience are, it becomes a lot easier. So I know that I want to speak to business owners. I know that I want to be known for social media marketing. So I'm like, right, I could even just go on Answer the Public is a great tool. You just type in whatever you want to talk about and it will show you the top 50 most Googled questions. So sometimes I just say, right, I'll pick 3 of those questions, or I go on Reddit and I look, what are people's actual problems? What are entrepreneurs and business owners struggling with this week? And I'll answer that as content.